live, supposedly according to the YouTube desktop here, streaming desktop, but it is not showing up online, even though it is showing up on Rumble. Not showing up on YouTube, but Rumble's showing and playing. So I am unsure of what is going on with YouTube. Probably no notifications. God knows it's... Everything on my end is showing good, and on Rumble, I am streaming like a bad dog. So, okay. I can't even get it pulled up on my other computer on my other channel. So, I do not know what is going on, so I'm not even sure if I'm here. So, whatever YouTube has done, great. Probably nobody online even getting this, because I'm not finding it anywhere at all. So, okay. Great start to the day. This is after YouTube took down my stream, 5 times last time I tried streaming. Till I finally did. They got what they wanted. I gave up. And yeah, I'm not seeing nothing on nothing. Rumble is streaming like a bad dog. But I do not know why YouTube is not. YouTube finally just nixed me. Is that what's going on YouTube? Is that what is up? Yeah, because I'm showing just fine and dandy on Rumble. I see nobody. There's nobody here. It shows nothing online. So now they did not send notifications. It's not even letting me stream. So YouTube, I have not received an email from you. But what the crap is going on? So I'm live on Rumble, not on YouTube. Because I cannot be found anywhere that I can find unless anybody else can find it. I'm finding nothing. So I'm going to go back to my software and see if there's a problem here. Let me go to the... Okay. Go here. Ooh. Okay, pop this down, boing. Yeah, it shows, everything shows I'm running. Excellent connection, stream going, nothing. And I don't even exist on there. Interesting. Okay. So that's gorgeous. I am not going on YouTube, even though I'm connected and running. So this is a great way to start my day. I'm betting there's no notifications going out. It shows I'm live. It shows everything's running. Excellent connection. Stream settings are good. I will repost and copy and try to restart and see what happens. So I'm going to go to... No, so I wasn't. What the hell is going on? So it stopped my YouTube. What the heck? Sorry, I don't know what's going on now because I was already streaming on YouTube. And now it's saying now I'm streaming on YouTube. Whew. This is the way my days like to start. Alright, I'm going to refresh over here. Let's see if I show up now. I'm still on Rumble. Rumble streaming away going, what's this retard doing? So I apologize to the 2 people on Rumble seeing this because I am having a problem. Yeah, YouTube is not showing me at all, even though it swears I'm streaming. So I'm going to end that stream. I wonder if I can end and pause. Oh, crap. I don't think it'll let me. Not yet. Because if I do that, for the love of God. Alright. And it won't let me stop over here for some reason on my software. Okay, this is interesting. So I'll stop it right here. So I should be playing out now again. So let's see. It shows I am... I don't know what that just did. Wow, what the hell? Alright, so it shows I'm live. Excellent connection. Shows everything's going. Anybody can see that. It is running, and I'm still not showing up on anywhere on YouTube. So, okay. I'm refreshing again. Nope. I am not showing up on YouTube, so YouTube has shadow banned me totally or just taken me down. 100%. I have nothing showing, nothing live, nothing happening, and I am non-existent. Unless people are messaging me right now, we can see you, which I doubt. My Lord. Give me a second, everybody, on Rumble. I'm sorry, but see if anybody is... Nope. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm a little peeved off. And I'm going to have to say, fuck you, YouTube. Now, YouTube can kiss my fucking ass. So, okay. Explain this shit, YouTube. Come on. Yep, not to be a little unpissed off. Excellent connection. I'm streaming. My software is streaming. And YouTube has not got me running. I'll even go through my phone, YouTube. Yeah, I got low latency running. Everything is running. Yeah, nothing is off. So, excuse me. I'm going to go right through my phone and double check. Not to be a piss man, but this is really ticking me off. I swear, YouTube is... This is after they shadow banned, and I'm not sure it's shadow banning at this point. I mean, they actually took my channel, my stream down 5 different times the other day. They didn't like me talking about the immigration stuff. So, yeah, I am unhappy camper. No, I am not live on YouTube. I'd love YouTube to explain this to me. Oh, here, actually, now it shows it over here. No, it streamed for a couple seconds and took me down. And won't even let me click on it. So what is going on? I do not know what is going on. Yeah, there's something going on. They are... What the hell is going on there? Why is that unlisted? It says it's unlisted. I didn't set things unlisted. What the absolute crap? So, okay, there's the game YouTube is playing. They set me to unlisted. So, if anybody sees this later, oh, I'm going to be pissed. Why is it set to unlisted? I'm going to go to the studio, see if I can get this set. Visibility. Public. Public. I'm going to refresh this, see if I can get it to come up. I didn't set this to unlisted. I've never set these to unlisted. This is stupid. It still says unlisted. They're not letting me unlist it. Yeah, they're keeping it unlisted. Mother of heffing gods. Shows on my phone, it shows it's lit public. I'm going to try to fix this. See, yeah, I didn't set that to unlisted. I've never set this to unlisted. Okay. Okay, beautiful. So I did not do that. Sorry about the language, guys. Please feel free to skip that. Maybe I'll go back and try to edit it out later. But I was set to unlisted and I did not do that. So now I'm kind of live. So enjoy that. That was what, about 10 minutes of my life? 9 minutes. So I will go back through on YouTube and try to reset that. If it shows, oh, now it shows I'm live. Boy, I am resisting the urge to say something extremely cranky. Because YouTube After taking my stream down 5 times, and yes, I'm not letting this go, YouTube. After taking my stream down 5 times the other day, now, sorry, I gotta set this. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. All right. Well, I may edit that out later, or I may leave it and tell YouTube to get fucked. Man, oh man, am I trying to resist the urge not to just go into a litany of colorful bad words right away. All right, so what happened is I did not do it. YouTube, I set my stream up, it showed public. Well, then I suddenly noticed, everybody, that when I went live, I was showing on Rumble just fine, not on YouTube. Took me a while to track down the problem. Suffice to say, it was suddenly unlisted. I did not set it to unlisted, YouTube. I did not set this stream up to unlisted. So, shenanigans is going on. So, okay. I am live on YouTube now. So the other 9 minutes, I don't know if YouTube will show that as part of my stream since that was kind of unlisted somehow. Shenanigans. If it does, apologize. I may go back, try to edit that out later. We'll see. Why is YouTube censoring me? Because they don't like little channels. Go look at a lot of people in the center or right-leaning space that are trying to grow on YouTube right now. They are stuck, very tiny, having the same problems I am with shadow banning. Like I said, I've already sent my analytics to YouTube every time they've asked, and then they come back and pretty much said, well, oopsie. And pretty much admitted they are shadow banning, not just my channel, but I've talked to other people doing small political channels. Hell, there's even a couple larger channels who strangely, there's a guy I know with 150,000+ subscribers who just recently got reinstated on YouTube through their oopsie program. Remember that? He is only getting around 1,000 to 2,000 views per video with 150,000+ subscribers. And he's got people always getting a hold of him going, well, I'm not getting any notifications. So they are doing it to a lot of who they register as conservative, small influencers. They're playing games with the scale still. And that's where I think Congress needs to get off their ass and enforce Section 230. YouTube cannot continue to play the game of platform when they're an editor. So there's not just me, Jimmy. I'm not saying, oh, I'm all important. There are a crap load of small and even some larger. I'd consider somebody at 150,000+ subscribers a larger YouTuber. That is pretty good size to me. But when he is being censored. So, yeah. And there's other little shenanigans going on with what I just ran into. Because it's strange how my stuff never has a problem on Rumble lately. But YouTube, I got taken down 5 times this last time for talking about the Myron Gaines video. I proved that because my Rumble kept going. That was YouTube. And now my stuff was suddenly set to, weirdly, it was public when I hit start. So it took me forever to figure out, somehow, they changed me over to unlisted so nobody was seeing it. So there's probably 8 or 9 minutes of me ranting there. But I don't know. You go talk to YouTube about it. I've done talking to YouTube about it. I just know I'm a stream across multiple platforms because YouTube is a bunch of assholes. And they are tipping the scales. Hell, even big channels like Nerdrotic, who is over 1 million, says that now he feels sorry for anybody on YouTube trying to start a channel because it is insanely hard to grow or not have them put their fingers on the scale. And that is from a guy who does pop culture and stuff like that. So I'm not saying it's, oh, me, they're going after Lion's Den and they don't like me. I'm just one of many, many, many thousands you can find having this problem. All right, so enough whining though. If you guys can see, and I even tried to be undercover. Look, MSNBC hat. Yeah, I feel kind of dirty wearing it. But I was trying to go undercover with YouTube. And they got me before I even went on. So rant over. I may go back and try to edit out that first 9 minutes. We'll see. I'm done communicating with YouTube because it's never gotten me anywhere except them just pretty much admitting, yeah. The one answer I did have, last thing I'll say is the answer I did have on my subscriptions where I'd gain 2, lose 2, gain 5, lose 5. usually within 48 to 72 hours, gain 3, lose 3. It was an exact up-down. Was them saying, they actually sent me back 2 emails from 2 different parts of their YouTube help saying, oh, well, we just don't think those are real subscribers. I'm like, how do you know that? Well, we just made a judgment call. I'm like, oh my God. You don't have to like it, but that's the way it is on YouTube. We don't think it's a real subscriber. So you're telling me, on a tiny channel like mine, I'm going to get 5. I've had 5 people subscribe. They're all fake. And then 3, that's all fake. Then 2, all fake. 1, all fake. Bullshit. Okay. So, okay, how's it going? This is morning. Yes, I am pretty pissed off now. How you doing this morning, Jimmy? I will edit out the first 9 minutes of that probably. We'll see if I can just use their tool to do it. I don't know if I even edit out this much. I'm just pretty ticked off. I hate having to bust your butt on YouTube and having problems. Because somehow Rumble, dude, when I used to harp on Rumble, but now Rumble is having 0 issues. So I'd love YouTube to go explain to me why Rumble is having Zippo issues. Zippo. 0. Running fine. Doesn't change to private. All right. So let's go in undercover here. Undercover. See, Antifa, I love you. Now, this is a hat. My uncle died a while back and left me, I crap you not, like 500 plus ball caps. And I do not know why my uncle had this hat. Because my uncle was so far right, he almost makes me look like a Democrat or a leftist. So, I mean, very, very conservative right. But he had this in there, and I was like, what the crap? So I'm like, oh, I'll go undercover, and maybe YouTube leave me alone. I'll leave it on for a little bit. I see how long until it starts to burn into my flesh. All right, so going to do a little talking about the TPUSA Berkeley attack. I'm sure you guys saw a lot of it. Where this a-hole here attacked this poor guy selling shirts. It's all over. I'll go over some of this, but suffice it to say, this jackass, and I'm not sure yet, but a lot of people are saying he's a Muslim, walked up behind this guy selling shirts while everybody else is picking on him, blowing smoke in his face and stuff. He's just selling shirts, and grabbed a big chain around his neck, had a cross on it, and ripped it off. The video clearly shows him doing it. He goes after this guy, Charlie Kirk, TPUSA follower, goes after the Muslim dude to get his cross back. Never swings. You watch the multiple videos. Never swings. Just tries to grab his chain. Other Antifa people were swinging and punching this guy. This guy was punching him. And who did the police arrest? Him. Right away. And it was clear as fuck what was going on. Hey, MagD5, what's up this morning? So this is horse shite. And my problem is, I mean, look at this crap. Here, let me, sorry, I was too busy trying to fix YouTube. Let me know if the sound is good and the video's coming through, guys. Because I was dinking around with a lot of settings trying to figure out what was going on with YouTube. So if I screwed up this setting, I can go change it. But let me know if you're hearing these. But this is also what they're doing. They're setting off thick... Sorry, let me bring that down a little. Thick, noxious smoke bombs in the middle of people. And they're in the middle of the street. These people have no permit. They're blocking streets again, allowing that again. And this is the other one. This car. They were making fake gunshots with this car. In the middle of smoke. We got one of those idiots drives down my street. So they're causing huge amount of smoke, setting off thick, noxious smoke in the middle of people. This is illegal. This is not First Amendment. This is hard to breathe. Even these people, look at them over here, covering their face because the smoke is killing me. You're coughing. And then they're setting off something that sounds like gunshots. They knew exactly what they were doing. Can you hear but not seeing the video? You're not, what do you mean you're not? Oh, thank you. Sorry. When you get upset, I got to the point where I wasn't paying attention. Thank you very much, MagD5. So I will replay that. I am very sorry, but thank you for letting me know, because I got flummoxed by YouTube, I'll admit it, and forgot to minimize, get my ugly face out of the way. Now, let's see. I think I will bring me to the bottom. Maybe right there. So there. Now you'll be able to see it. Thank you. There. Look at this. And you could hear, when this first started, some people are coughing. And they're covering their own faces and eyes. This is right here. That guy right there should be arrested. This guy in the sunglasses should be arrested. He is openly calling for violence. That is not legal. You're not openly legal to threaten people. Listen to this guy. All right, fine, acceptable. Punch yourself. These people are the fascists. They are the brown shirts. This is the Hitler followers. This is the Mussolini followers. These are the early Marxists. By the way, a lot of these people in this crowd had the hammer and sickle, and they were still flying Mexican flags too. So these are not Americans. They are the fascists. Do not let anybody ever gaslight you that just because you don't agree with them, you're the fascists. Fascists are the ones that say screw an election after screaming about democracy and do the exact opposite of what everybody voted for. America voted. These people said no and are out rioting, attacking people, tearing things up. That is the fascists. And I'll tell you, any lefties, by the way, show me how Trump's a fascist. A fascist dictator, you wouldn't be doing this. You'd be arrested. You would be in jail, in the gulag. Show me the fascism. A fascist dictator would have had you all in prison by now. But look at these smoke bombs, and then this car comes up and they're doing this. In the crowd. They know they're trying to scare people. People not right away, right close, and think it's gunshot. Besides, look at this. There's police everywhere, and they're letting this guy peel out in the street. He's peeling out all over the street. Hey, look, he's going to scar up the crosswalk with his tires. Oh, but it's not an LGBTQ crosswalk, so it's okay. But he's peeling out. They got all the smoke and the gunshot sounds. He's obviously stolen a road cone, but hey, you know, lefties. It's okay, right, Berkeley police? Woo! But we're not the fascists! You are the fascist pieces of shit. Uh-oh. Is it going to play or what's it doing here? Come on. I'm trying to see if I got that one. They were leading people in. Oh, here. A lot of these people, look how narrow a band. These are the people trying to get into the event. Look where they got them standing. They've got all these fascist assholes surrounding them. These people are pinned up against the building, waiting to get in, and is lined up around the block. So you got a thin, narrow band of supporters trying to get in, and the police have lined it up so they got to go through like a gulag, through a whole canyon of Antifa friggers. It's insane. What the absolute shit. I'm sorry, but I'll say it right out. I am a fan of police officers, but not all. I personally, even myself, has noticed there's a lot of police officers in this country. We need to not only fire and remove, we need jail. You have police officers openly breaking laws, openly allowing one side to get away with law-breaking, assault, attacks, violating everybody else's rights in the streets, you know, name it, whatever else. Making gunshot sounds, peeling out in the streets, lighting off noxious smoke bombs in the middle of people. Yeah, these people are pinned, and if you watch some more of these videos, I don't know if I got them all here, but that smoke is going against these people. They're trying to breathe. But then they had to lead them into when they're going in the doors, it's a super narrow little area they made, a little aisle pretty much with Antifa a-holes on each side. It was nuts. So Berkeley police, any Berkeley police officer involved, yes, I don't give a rat's ass what your orders were. You should be fired and never be a police officer again. The fact that you are allowing these lefties to do this shit and attack these peaceful people. You are a piece of shit police officer. I do support our police, but not bad ones. A fascist government would have had them all disappeared before this took place. 100%. And that's the funny thing. These people, you try telling them this. We're just so... They will actually think they are so powerful, so amazing and powerful that Trump just can't stop them. Then you don't know what a fascist is. Because a fascist uses all the power at their disposal to stop you, and they can do it. So Trump is not a fascist. You guys are idiots. Look at this little narrow band, and these people are worried. Can you imagine going to this with your children? The average couple or people with their children trying to get into this and seeing this and having to go do this. And you hear the gunshots? Think of this. Here's the gunshots of that car. That's what they're hearing. I mean, these people are brave. I'll give them. See, they made them think it's gunshots. You hear this?
It was just ice.
That guy was spreading the word. It's not gunshots. They were trying to make people think they were being shot at. They were trying to trigger a response from these people. And you didn't see the Berkeley police do fuckload none. None. So this is just disgusting. And it's getting very tiresome seeing more and more police go after this. I was going to talk more about this. I was trying to do my stream last night, but we actually had an internet problem because of the aurora from the coronal mass ejection from our sun. Our internet was having problems. So yeah. I do like how this Antifa protest was mostly peaceful. How is mostly peaceful blocking streets and attacking people physically and making what sound like gunshots and screaming to beat everybody up? How is that peaceful?
Of the Charlie Kirk show. All right, Andrew, so what happened last night?
I don't get the peaceful part. I'll wait.
Well, Jesse, it seems like it was
peaceful.
A coordinated attack on a peaceful event. And you can't make this stuff up, as you said in your lead up, that they say in their flyers that we're inciting violence just by being on campus and hosting an event with Rob Schneider, a comedian, an actor. And the irony is just so rich because they say that our words are violence, but their actual violence is mostly peaceful. And so they cordoned off, the university put the Free Speech Plaza right in front of the entrance. So, of course, all chaos broke out, and we were funneled into one entryway into this venue. And it took for that car backfire before the cops actually got into gear and actively engaged the crowd, these agitators, these far-left Antifa thugs. It took that because people thought it was an actual gun going off or a bomb exploding, and people started scattering, Jesse. So this was an absolute coordinated attack to disrupt the event, and thank goodness they failed.
I mean, do you think that any of the local officials purposely made it difficult, made it a little bit more dangerous?
Yeah, I mean, Jesse, I do actually.
Yes.
I want to be careful with
100%.
what I say, but I will tell you.
I did like this one right here where the cops
we had
did
to
grab
to the university's ticketing system.
Sorry, I did like where the cops grabbed this one.
What
everybody thought was a chick at first, and I'm like, no, that's a dude. Where they grabbed this dude right here, this dude that they fought against. Watch this guy right here. I'll blow it up. Watch this. They finally had enough of this dude dressed like a chick. This cross-dresser.
I mean, Jesse, I do actually.
And finally had it. And look at all the Nazi and fascist symbols all over.
The event, we had to switch to the university's ticketing system.
I like how they grabbed that person, though. It was nice to see.
When you do that, is it opens it up for far-left agitators and protest.
Here's another problem I have with it. Where do you see all the fascist and Nazi and communist symbols? On the left. When did you see a true fascist organization in history ever hide their fascism? I haven't heard anybody talk about this, and I'm not going to toot my own horn, but Crowder hasn't talked about this. Poole's people, none of these people. Even Jeremy D-Day Cobra hasn't talked about this as far as I've caught. Watch all these guys' things. So, I may be talking out my ass here, but I haven't heard it from anybody. Show me the fascist, the monstrous fascist group, the big, dangerous fascists who hid their fascism. They didn't. Mussolini was in the open. Hitler was in the open. The Marxists were in the open. All the fascists throughout time have been in the open, shown their symbols, their fist in the air. They've been open about it. Well, the Trump supporters, the people on the right, the center, people in this country aren't showing fascist symbols. Who is? Every one of these a-holes here in this event is holding up signs with the swastika right there. He's got stars. They got the fist up. They got Mexican flags. They got stuff printed on their stuff to show the hammer and sickle. I mean, these are the fascists. And the fact these people, I don't even think it's a case of them not knowing it. I think they clearly know they're the fascists and don't care. These are people just walking around with hate in their head anymore. They have nothing. They've been on the phones too much. And they are just looking for reasons to hit people, beat people, stab people, end people's lives. These are hateful people with nothing inside. Zero. Yeah. Let's see. See if I can find this real quick. Oh, here. Because look at some of these idiots. Look at them. Foaming almost. Wearing their little masks. How brave. How brave. Also, throughout time, fascists rarely hid their faces. Fascists were in the open. What happened to the chat? What do you mean? It's a morning. I actually rarely get people. I see the chat, Jimmy. Just, it's morning and there's nobody really. I actually get, if I do a daytime stream, I actually, even for my tiny channel with YouTube holding me back, I do much, much, much better overnight. I seem to have a niche. My wife says I'm stuck there. I seem to have a niche. If I show a daytime stream, I barely get anybody. Partially, I'm streaming against actual big people, but also I am. Okay, that's gone. Just making sure. Sorry, my Rumble was acting a little funny, but I was just checking over our Rumble chat. So it's gone, but it's acting again. All comments from Mag and me earlier are gone. I see Mag here. I see Mag D5. Hello. Not seeing video. I see Mag D5. A fascist government would have had them. And I see yours. I don't know if YouTube is taking you guys down. I don't know why it would. But that'd be a YouTube thing. I see you guys there. See, you can see you right there. No, I can see you guys. I flipped over and you can see it right there. So yeah, you should be able to see the chat here in a second. It should come up on the screen. As far as I know, well, it's 30 seconds down there. So you can see that's the chat I'm seeing right there. So I see you guys on there, but if it's taking you down, I don't know what they're doing. But they've been taking my comments. Oh, great. That's good, Mag. Well, sorry about the unemployment, but all right, but look at these people. Look at these idiots. And I'm going to tell you right now, imagine if this was a bunch of Trump supporters. Would this be going on? No. No, it would not. This is insane allowing this. That guy tried to throw something at the cop, but it didn't happen. He's tried to throw a piece of paper. All this fascist symbolism they have. You got all their bullshit on here, the LGBTQ, and their fist in the air, and some of these back here have got the hammer and sickle. Oh my God, what is that up front right there? What is that? What even is that? We live in an age of absolute insanity. What is this? And yes, I'm watching what I'm saying, YouTube. What in the absolute shit is this? This is what happens when you attack masculinity. When you say, oh, masculinity is bad. You should see things from a girl's point of view. This is a person. I think it's okay to walk around dressed like a biological woman and still have a mustache and stuff. and try to act film. This is insanity. It's Pat. Oh my God, yeah. Woof. Idiot in the background here has something that says karma on it. It's like, yeah, okay, dummy. But yeah, these people are just friggin' insane. I'll leave it blown up. But yeah, these people are insane. I mean, all their bullshit. And I still love the Mexican flag. Still waving the Mexican flag in the background on there. It's like, Jesus, these people do not learn. So, yeah, it's in way, way too nice here. I don't know what they're doing. But then inside, it's peaceful. It's peaceful. So, yeah, the horrible fascists. Here are the horrible fascists. There's the horrible fascists. Okay, yeah. Honoring a guy who was killed while these people are out doing this crap. So, yeah, these people are idiots.
Fascists out of Berkeley. Fascists out of Berkeley. Fascists out of Berkeley.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm glad nobody got hurt worse than the poor guy who got beat up and his stuff stolen. And the funny thing is, we have that guy on camera who attacked him. We have the other people who punched him on camera. Will they do anything? I did like this. There's the Mexican flag, but we're gonna leave this in a sec. But and ready, and 1, 2, 3, and yoink! Did you hear the chick in the background? I know my mouth is going, but I had too much coffee this morning. She screams, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" This chick right there. This douche canoe right here. This douche coming into the side of the screen. And she actually screams, "What is wrong with you? Are you racist?" It's a white dude dressed like a girl. What's racist about that? These people aren't even spouting any sense. Oh my God, you racist. It's a white dude. It's a white dude dressed like a chick. Show me the racism. These people aren't even screaming anything that makes sense. They are just out there to scream. This is their social club. These are people that grew up on these, and they like this all the time. These are people where you see videos online of them walking into walls or falling down manhole covers because they got their face up these screens all the time. And this is the first time they've had some type of social club. So they're not even spouting sense in any way. What racism? Pure insanity. I'm not sure, Jimmy. I'll have to go back and look. But see, they pushed this dude. This dude kept going through here on purpose and finally got yoinked. So let me find that lady you're asking about her eye. I am unsure. I don't know. It could be the makeup because they wear some of the makeup stuff like that. Some of the goth makeup. I don't know. I think it's makeup she's got on. It's shadowing and makeup. So I don't see anything on in her eye, but I just know the dude. Everybody thought that was a chick that got yoinked, and they were bitching saying it's a woman. No, well, we already know in their world this is right here. This is a woman, right? That is a woman to them. It's a dude. It's a dude dressed like a chick. Hey, no problem, Mag D5. Your eye was already blacked. I don't know. I just don't care. Trump needs to pardon some patriots. Pre-pardon? So yes. The thing is, let me ask you a question. Yeah, Putin would be proud. Do you think Trump's pardons will stand? They'll just say, well, Biden's didn't. Well, so far, Biden's still stand. They've made words. But even if Trump signs them on camera live, he better do that. Any pardons Trump does from this administration better be signed on camera with his own hand, live for the world to see, so nobody can go later, well, those were auto-penned. Do you really think if the Democrats get power back, though, they will honor even handwritten pardons? I do not. I do not. I think they will wipe their ass with them. But this here is, no, here's the phalanx getting in. This is what I was going to show you guys. Look at this insanity. This is insane. The police who did this need to all be fired. I don't give a shit if you're California Highway Patrol, Berkeley Police. You let these people be surrounded and herded in. And at times they were reachable. Look at this. You got to be herded in like sheep around all these insane people. Look at that little kid right there. Some of these people look afraid. Now, these Antifa people, it's not your freedom of speech to be rioting in the streets, taking over streets. These people should have been kept out of the street and back and across on the other sidewalk. Not within easy throwing distance of their soy Antifa arms. Why were they allowed to be within arm's reach of these people? These people had children. Hey, police officers in California, would you allow this if your children are right there? That is insane. Pure insanity. Look at this. Got to be let in like sheep.
Can I go inside?
Trump fucks kids! Trump fucks kids!
Look at that. Not even real separation.
Anytime, any place, bunch of fascists in the face!
That asshole should be in jail. In jail. We're done. Trump needs to get off his ass. And you guys are going to find this a little bit of a... Some of you are going to get pissed off about this stream here in a minute because I only got a certain amount of time. I got about another 30 minutes and I got to be off here as I got somewhere I have to be. But we're going to go from right to this asshole should be arrested. Trump needs to go after these people. Arrest them. That dick is on camera. Get him. Mexican flag. These people are in the middle of the street, setting off smoke bombs, peeling out, making gunshot sounds. Arrest them all. Done. I'm done with this. So that's enough we're going to say. We're going to move on because I am on a limited timetable here. Partially because it took me time to get YouTube up and running, which I will try to edit later. We'll see if I can edit it or not when I have time this afternoon. All right, Trump is floating a 50-year mortgage, guys. Trump needs to start cleaning house on his advisors again. We are running into a situation like we had during the first Trump administration. People around him with definite biases and reasons for what they're doing are now trying to usurp Trump and the MAGA people to try to get their insane bullshit through. And it is stupid levels. This is dumb. I think houses are way too much now. They're insane. My house, and yes, I've done work to it. I have, since I bought my house. I bought my house 25 years ago. Not aging myself. I'm not as old as you think, but, well, I hope. But my house I bought 25 years ago. I was the youngest person in my area to buy a house. I've done some work to it, but not enough to make it worth well over double what it was when I bought it. That is insane levels. No wonder nobody can buy a house today. So this proposal is dumb. 2021, a $500,000 house, which I am getting tired. This is where I have a problem with conservatives. Oh, the average house. And they keep putting up a $400,000, $500,000 house as average. I'm sorry, maybe I'm a poor schmuck. I'm a blue-collar boy, I admit it. But you know what? I don't know anybody in my circle, and I know people doing a lot better than me, that are living in a $400,000 or $500,000 house. People I know live in something that I would consider ghetto-y. Like, we're talking a $90,000 house or $80,000 house. In today's money, $80,000 today, up to a $300,000 house. That was the top end of anybody I know. $300,000 house. And that's one or two people. I have a couple friends who live in big mobile homes. In the mobile home parks. Worth about maybe $40,000. Nobody I know lives in a $500,000 house. And the conservatives, I can shit on you because they keep pushing this as a $400,000 or $500,000 house as average. An average house. Screw you, conservatives. It is not an average house. The average person, if you go out and really look around the suburbs where you live, most houses are right around $90,000 to about $175,000. That's the average house for the average working American and their families. It is not this shit. But the math still holds up. Why the hell would we kick people out and invite 600,000 Chinese in? That's coming up next. Don't get ahead of me, Jimmy. That's next. That's next. We're getting there. Trust me, watch. Boom, Trump interview, Laura Ingraham. See? Okay. But look at this. Right now, for 2021, $500,000 house, 3% interest rate. $2,108 payment, 30-year mortgage, which is average. Total payment, interest payments of $257,000, which is still insane. It is still insane because you will end up paying $757,000 for that house. That's a shitload. That house price needs to come down for that interest rate. That house should be maybe $300,000 to $350,000. But our housing prices are so inflated right now, it's just nuts. Have been inflated for a while. I mean, grossly inflated. I mean, holy shit. I could even take a hit at them if this goes away. I think my house shouldn't be valued at what it's valued at. It's insanity. This house should actually go for around $350,000 on anything honest. And that would knock that way down. But it's just craziness. And now the 2025, it's right now $500,000 house, 7% interest rate, $3,000 payment, and you're paying over $1 million. You're paying more than double for this house by the time you're done. That is friggin' nuts. And Trump's 50-year mortgage will not help this. It will not. Because what's going to happen is they're going to raise the prices. Because they know they're taking on a risk for even longer. Can you imagine you buy a house at 30 years old, you're still paying, you don't get it paid off till you're 80? How is that helping the upward mobility of anybody, Trump? You buy a house at 30, you can get out from under it by the time you're 60 at least, when you're retiring. Can you imagine being retired and trying to pay your $3,000 a month house payment on this average house? This is insanity. The banks are going to love this, and what they're going to see is, we're going to take a risk longer. The realtors are going to raise prices. The interest rates are going to stay at 7% or go even higher. Well, we're taking a longer risk. You're going to be 75 years old and paying. You might die before you pay us off. So we have to raise rates. It's not going to help. It's insanity. This is crazy. This is crazy. I don't know anybody has a 40-year mortgage. Everybody I know has a 20 to 30-year mortgage on their houses. This is insane. I don't know what Trump is thinking, but Trump needs to stop listening to these people.
Housing costs are still out of reach. And another thing that your administration is trying to tackle, many Americans, the average age of first-time home buyers are now up to age 40, which is sad. The country you and I grew up in.
I inherited that. Look, you have.
But could you imagine, right now, the average home buyer is 40. So a 30-year mortgage you won't pay off till you're 70. Trump wants a 50-year? You'll never pay it off. They're keeping you in debt for your whole fucking life. Trump, what the absolute shit. There ain't much more I can say about this. It's insane. Trump, and I agree with this. Trump is allegedly a real estate genius, but doesn't understand why 50-year mortgages would be bad for normal people. Yeah, it's insane. It is insane. I mean, holy shit. 20% equity for 95 months, 20% equity for 260 months. It is crazy how much you'd be paying on these houses. And they're going to raise it. They're going to raise the interest rates because of risk. The prices are going to go up. Because once again, it's just not going to help our housing shortage or anything. Can you imagine being 40 and getting into a 50-year mortgage? How are you going to afford cars, vacations? It's just nuts. That's why so many people are turning storage buildings into houses. This is why so many people are renting. They live in apartments. I don't know about your area, but here in the Quad Cities, we have a glut of apartment complexes has gone up. It is insane the amount of apartment complexes sprung up. This is why. Nobody can afford a house. But the rents are high as crap too. So you get into these apartments now, or even rental houses, you're renting, and it's so much that it's hard to save to ever own a house because you're barely able to afford a rent on a shitty little house or a so-so one apartment. You're stuck. Here's my biggest thing, and I harp about this all the time. Something they used to teach in school, they don't teach you now. Compound interest. You never hear compound interest anymore. When my parents came up, your parents came up, their parents came up, this thing called compound interest was out there. If home interest rates were 7%, guess what? So were bank accounts. Hell, a lot of times bank account interest rates outpaced homes and other interest rates. My parents had interest rates between 7 and up to 20% on bank accounts. Now take a look at your bank account. Could you imagine having just 10% interest rate on your bank account? Our fathers and their fathers and mothers, before I get pissed on there for that, our parents and their parents, how's that, lefties, were able to take a little money out of each check and throw it in savings. And that built and compounded between 7 and 20% interest. You do that for 20 years, that's a crazy load. Now, the best bank accounts out there are around 4% interest. That's if you can hunt those down at certain amounts of money only. You can't be above or below a certain amount. So they make sure that they're destroying the mobility of America. A lot of bank accounts pay a 0.8, 0.4% interest. That's a lot of bank accounts. That is the biggest thing that nobody really talks about. Our interest rates were separated, and we're now, the ones that hurt us can go up, but our bank rates never go up. If our interest rates on houses and everything else we buy is at 7%, our bank account should be at 7%. Imagine if you had a bank account just giving you 7%. Yeah. Holy shit. That is the biggest fuck you to people in this country right now. The shit interest rates. They charge you tons of interest, but somehow on your money the banks use, they pay you a pittance. You get a loan through them, give us 7%. They're using your money to invest and make money and do all these loans. They're going to go, here's your 0.6%. Yeah. More people need to talk about that. In fact, I'm going to start hammering on that even more. All right. If you can afford to make your payment plus some towards principal, the bank hated me when I borrowed money. Yeah. My bank, I paid hard and fast. I hurt myself at times where I was ramen noodle boy to pay extra. I made sure I had a fixed interest rate. I made sure I had no penalties for paying ahead. And I ended up paying my house off. I own my tiny house. But I own it. Well, not really. I just pay rent to one less person now. Under our current tax laws, you paying rent to the government or they'll take it. All right, so time-wise, I am going to move on. But yes, pay attention to that. Compound interest. Go look at your bank account. If you have a 4% account, look at the numbers you have to have. You have to be above an amount and below an amount. If you make above an amount, your 4% interest goes poof. Yep. So it is crap. It is absolute crap right now. Our interest rates need to be tied together. If banks can charge you 7%, they have to pay you 7%. Stop this speculation in markets. People talk about why are people in the markets all the time now risking themselves? Because they have no other way. Bank accounts do not pay. I love when people tell me, if you keep cash at home, you are not making money. It's not working for you. If it's in the bank, it's not working for you either. You spend more time in gas going to the bank one time than you will make in interest in a year on $1,000, I believe. That is insane. All right, so let's move on here. Yes, Trump is got some screw-ups. Like I said, MAGA people, feel free to come at me. But this is insanity. I do not understand what he's talking about with this. Yeah, I believe this is the one with the H1-Bs. Yeah. This is what I wanted to talk about. Then you got ahead of me, guys. I'm sorry to talk fast. I'm on caffeine. I'm on a limited timetable. All right, so here we go. Let me get my headphones are really, I got to get out away from these wireless headphones probably.
H1-B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration, because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we have plenty of talented people here.
No, you don't.
We don't have.
Excuse me? There's rarely you're going to hear me say this. By the way, let me help here. Just a second. There, sorry, had to reach over. It was starting to burn a little bit wearing an MSNBC hat. But, and I wanted to make sure you know where I stand. I am a Trump supporter. I've been a Trump supporter forever. And rarely am I going to say this, but this is proof Trump supporters are not in a cult. This is where I look at Donald Trump and I say, fuck that, Mr. Trump. And I almost am borderline saying, fuck you, Donald. This is stupid. We don't have talent here. Bullshit. These rich, goddamn people around Trump are whispering in his ear again. And Trump has lost his focus. Honestly, he had focus before, and it looks like he's lost a lot of his focus, and he's listening to bad people again. Sorry, I'm not in a cult. I think Donald Trump's still the best president in my lifetime, bar none. But I can still look at him once in a while and go, are you out of your fucking mind? Yes, we have plenty of talent. And if we don't, train it. Train our talent. Get our people to go to school for this. Push our people. Go look around. Are you sure we don't have people here? I know there's a lot of people in the tech world right now that are out of jobs, and they're Americans. They just don't want to pay them.
Talented people here?
No, you don't have certain talents, and people have to learn. You can't take people
Yes.
off an unemployment line and say, I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles, or I'm going to put
How
you
did we
into...
ever do it before? H1-B visa thing will not be a big.
I love that right at the end. She really had a good question there.
Missiles, or I'm going to put
How did we ever do it?
What? How many overseas workers are skilled at making missiles? How many immigrants do we want making our missiles? No. I disagree with Donald Trump on the mortgage thing. I disagree on this. He's got to stop listening to people around him that have their own agendas.
Before. H1-B visa thing will not.
Factory where we're going to make missiles, or I'm going to put
How did
you
we
into...
ever do it before? H1-B.
Exactly. And I'm happy Laura Ingraham didn't just kowtow to him. She went after him pretty hard on a lot of this. And I was very happy to see it. Honestly, it was good to see. I think this is a longer one, but
Talented people here?
No, you don't have certain talents, and people have to learn.
There it is.
You can't take people off an unemployment line and say, I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles, or I'm going to put
How did we ever do it before?
Well,
When you and I were
I'll give you
growing
an
up.
example. In Georgia, they raided because they wanted illegal immigrants out. They had people from South Korea that made
Hyundai.
batteries all their lives. You know, making batteries are very complicated. It's not an easy thing and very dangerous. A lot of explosions, a lot of problems.
really? How many car factories are exploding, Mr. Trump? They make a lot of batteries at those factories. Exide, Interstate. I don't see their battery companies exploding. Who is telling Trump this? What is going on? Those of us who are Trump supporters or MAGA need to make sure we aren't in a cult and question this and call it for what it is. Absolute insane bullshit.
They had like 500 or 600 people, early stages, to make batteries and to teach people how to do it. Well, they wanted them to get out of the country. You
Yes.
don't need that, Laura. I mean, I know you and I disagree
No.
on this. You can't just say a country's coming in, going to invest $10 billion to build a plant, and going to take people off an unemployment line who haven't worked in 5 years, and they're going to start making missiles.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. We have unions that would love to train. There is one thing some unions can still do. Unions have training programs. I know people in the Carpenters Union, the Plumbers Union, UAW. They have training programs to train workers to do those jobs. Why, hell, they want union dues. More workers doing the jobs, more union dues. At least that's American money. What the absolute shit is he talking about? It's almost like he's had to bend over somehow and make a dirty little deal with these companies for their investment.
Doesn't work that way.
Yes, it does. It's bullshit. It is bullshit. Now, this guy, he's a little rough here. In Trump's interview with Laura Ingraham, he's shown himself to be a traitor to MAGA. Impeach him if you want. I will applaud J.D. Vance replacing him. Bullshit. You would just attack J.D. Vance just as much. So bullshit there. But I agree with this. People are replying to Benny Johnson. We need Charlie Kirk more than ever. What the fuck is going on with Trump with his disaster interview with Laura Ingraham from Fox? Yeah, he's acting like he's people Louis Ray's here. And yes, you're right, Jimmy. They've deported some Vietnamese, some South Koreans. They've deported a bunch of people. And Trump is now, and this is why I am also pissed, and a lot of MAGA people are getting pissed off, because where are our mass deportations? This shit going on is rookie numbers, folks. It is rookie. Absolute rookie numbers. And I don't know what the shit is going on with it. And maybe this is why. Somebody's whispering in his ear, well, hey, let's not do that, Mr. Trump. But I promised. Well, come on. Hey, severe conspiracy theorists could go, if Jay Waters in his ear, he'd be going, well, that's because they got the Epstein thing over his head. Who knows? I don't know. I just think it's insane in general. And, yeah, I see. Okay, I'm just checking everybody on Rumble. I thank you for being here. The two of you that are there. But, yeah, Jimmy, they did deport some people, but I don't know what Trump's thinking. Between the 50-year mortgage stuff and this interview with Laura Ingraham, what the absolute crap? I mean, I don't understand what he's thinking. And I agree with this. That's why I kept this up here. I like Trump in general, but Ingram's interview is spot on. I think Trump needs to replace his cabinet members pressing from our H1-B visas. Yes. And letting in 600,000 students from China. Insane. And I like all the Ingram. Is this the one where she pushes back on him about?
You can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands.
I agree with you. We're going to
No.
make missiles.
There's one where she really pushes back on him for the visa, the school visas too. And she actually calls out and says right away, well, he goes, well, H1-B, the historically black colleges will go out of business. So wait. The historically black colleges are the ones all the Chinese are going to? I doubt it. I'm going to say absolute bullshit there. I'm sorry, but African Americans don't like Asian people. We already learned that from all the attacks in California. Remember that? So I don't think that's true. So I don't know where Trump is getting this shit. And Laura Ingraham pushed back and said, well, our colleges, some of them should go out of business. If they're being kept afloat by Chinese money because of Chinese students, no, let them go out of business. Our colleges should be supported by American students. So I don't understand that insanity. All right. I got about another 12 minutes, guys. All right, so here's a good one for you. You ready for this? Nancy Pelosi announces her retirement, and then right away we get Nancy Pelosi's daughter, Christine, is running for California State Senate. What do you got a campaign on? Free alcohol for migrants? Give me a break. Yeah. Here's her campaign ad.
Hi, I'm Christine Pelosi, attorney, author, advocate,
the chairperson of the California Democratic Party Women's Caucus,
wife, mom, and today a candidate for California State Senate. I'm running to represent you, San Francisco, in Sacramento, fighting for consumer rights, women's rights, gun violence survivors, immigrants, and our most vulnerable communities against the threat we face.
So here we are, the lefty checklist. Check, 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 check. All right, California, are you a bunch of dumb motherfuckers? Are you going to vote for this? Yep, this is stupid.
Christine Pelosi is shaking up the sexual harassment debate in Sacramento.
What do we do when our freedoms?
Translation? She will scream sexual harassment, telling women to scream sexual harassment to get their way if there isn't any. I'll say it. 100%.
Are under attack. We speak up, we fight back, and we organize power for.
Ooh, she tries to be badass. I'm a kickboxer. And yeah, okay. Color me scared. Okay, fine.
We fight back and we organize power for the people.
Dude, that is a communist friggin' saying. That is socialism. Power to the people was a communist saying. You change one little word, that's not communism. Power for the people. Holy shit, dude. What the hell? What the hell? Jeez Louise. They aren't even scared of just showing their socialist, communist tendencies anymore. It's open now since Zoram Mamdani.
People, and that's what I want to do for you.
And scary shit is, this chick is going to make Nancy look like a centrist. That is the way the Democrat Party is going. Holy gods. California, are you this stupid? Are you this stupid? Jimmy, we don't need Pelosi's daughter. We have Marjorie Taylor Greene. Dude. The thing is, with what Trump is doing right now, you got to look at Man, there's a lot of fractures going on in the right side. And part of me, as a conspiracy theorist, part of my brain, the tinfoil hat part is going, is this part of the whole game? I've been screaming about the Uniparty forever. Every time it seems like we're going to get something done for the people, one party or the other, something happens. It just strangely stops anything getting done we want. Right now, we voted and gave Trump and the Republicans full power. They even have a Supreme Court tilted their way. And they are doing nothing. Zero. They've passed, 2 or 3 total bills to do anything to help Trump, to help the agenda, to help what the American people voted for. They're sitting with their thumbs in their ass. The Supreme Court's thumbs in the ass. They're doing nothing. Then you got suddenly fractures, and all the fractures go in a way that makes sure nothing gets done for the people. It's like the Uniparty is just going, okay, they're going to think they're going to get this? Watch this. And they just, oopsie. Shit will get done the way they want, not the way we want. It seems that that's what's happening. So it's unfortunate. Hey, Jim. How's it going, Mr. Patterson? So I got about another 6-7 minutes till I got to hop off, guys. But yeah, Christine Pelosi, not a chance. I really hope not, but I bet California votes for her ass. She's got that Pelosi money, and Nancy will be there. And Nancy's already got a, 40-plus year political machine in place that'll definitely go right to this chick. So, yeah. But the whole power to the people thing, or power for the people, that is right there. That is communism. So, holy shit. How you doing this morning, Mr. Patterson? I'll be off here in a little bit, but I had a 10-minute kerfuffle with YouTube because they changed my settings in my streaming, and I had to fight to figure out what was going on with it, but also I have a timetable. How you doing, man? All right, I was going to talk about the lady in the Mustang assaulting ICE, but you know what? How about the BBC edited Trump's speech? And they responded. I saw something they responded this morning saying, well, we're still very, very centrist and totally objective. You don't edit this and then suddenly fire high up people if you were objective. Fuck that. So I don't know, I'm sure you guys have seen this, but holy crap. This is insane. It wasn't an editing error. No, they absolutely went out of their way to splice clips and edit things from something that I believe 2 parts of the speech were 50 minutes apart. They cut everything in between and edited these 2 bits together from 50 minutes apart. I've edited videos. That is not an editing boo-boo. And do you edit it together perfectly? No. They did this. The BBC deliberately falsified what Trump said by stitching together 2 parts of his speech almost an hour apart. And they did this to try to help Biden win this last election. They're trying to reiterate, oh, look, Trump started J6.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you. And we fight. We fight like hell.
That's not what he said. They left out the go peacefully, make our voices heard, all of it.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you. And we fight. We fight like hell. We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on
our brave senators and congressmen and women. We're going to walk.
That's totally different. Besides the part that I'm tired of not enough people playing enough. March and make our voices peacefully heard. I would defy any leftard to come on and tell me how Trump started a riot, how he pushed for that riot. Sorry guys, I got to take a second here. I got to message this person that I'm going to be out about 5 minutes late. Hang on. Oops, sorry. I got to message her real quick, let her know. There we go. All right, so now I can hang another couple minutes. But no, this is not an editing kerfuffle.
Spliced together footage. This is nakedly abundant to see. That spliced together footage to paint a completely and utterly different picture from what was originally said. Gordon Rayner, fantastic scoop. The BBC, I'll put it to you. Bang to rights.
Yes. Which is funny. GB News really grabbed the BBC by the britches and pulled them pants down in public. Oh, enough the BBC couldn't even hide it enough not to fire some of the higher ups. They had to leave and be fired. It's insane. They're trying to say now, oh, oopsie, well, we're objective. They're still trying to just lie about it. This is what happens when you get government media, guys.
You know, television news journalism, there's a big creative element to it as well. So while, of course, journalistically, you've got to be very accurate, when you're building up a documentary, you want it to look as creative and impactful as possible. But the difficulty here is when you take two clips of a speech and you make it say something completely different to what...
Which is what they did. But also remember, that's what 60 Minutes did for Kamala Harris. They edited her so much to change her answers and stuff. This is what's going on. The leftist media is just changing narrative all the time. It's insanity. I know a lot of people are pissed about this. Some people think, oh, what? No big deal. Well, Trump did start J6. And now you got this new twisting of J6. Where you will, if you get people to actually pay attention to the part where Trump said, march peacefully, make your voices heard. They'll go, well, it was dog whistles. It's, well, because Trump didn't just concede the election, he was calling for a riot. Dog whistle. Whee! Fuck you. Ever shifting with these people. Anybody I know who has refuted Trump started J6 and wanted to riot has always said, he said peacefully. They've always said that. They have always said Trump tried to get National Guard. Those two things haven't shifted at all from any Trump supporter or even centrist. They say those two things still. Now the lefties have shifted multiple times. Trump said go attack. Trump did this. Trump did not say bring in National Guard. Oh, okay, Trump did, but no. Doesn't matter. He's still a dog whistle. Then, oh, they see he actually said peaceful. Well, it doesn't matter because he didn't concede. It's shifting. Where people supporting Trump have been consistent with two things that say no, he didn't do it. But yeah, I think it's a big deal. And I think, once again, it's one more reason to me that I'm not sure we should call the UK an ally anymore. That may be a little much, but I think the UK could honestly fuck off. UK can fuck off. The UK is going full fascist. They're going to be a Muslim country soon anyway. They don't respect free speech. They don't even stop their own little girls from getting interfered with by people from other countries. Because, oh my God, we can't upset the Muslims. Gee, why? Because you have so many of them there. You know they're violent and will riot. You know they'll go out and poke and blow things up and everything else. Britain needs to maybe not be an ally. In fact, we may need to threaten them with that. We don't want you as an ally. We don't want to be in the United Nations if you're in it. We don't want you as an ally. It may take something super drastic like that to get their government to pull their heads out of their asses and support their actual people and save the country, so it's still the country we allied with. So yeah, that's my problem. All right. I got to leave here for an appointment real soon. In fact, in a matter of minutes. But we're going to end on one little funny thing I did like to see. This Dumbo tried to stop an ICE agent in Chicago from getting out of the ICE vehicle. Okay. So I hate to rush out of you guys quick, but I do have a place I have to be in about a matter of minutes. So I got to go quick. But this is my ending funny. And I will try to do a stream yet later this evening. We'll see how it goes. At least YouTube didn't take this one down, even though they changed a setting. And no, I did not change a setting to unlisted. Why would I try to do a live stream unlisted YouTube? That makes zero sense. All right. Here's how this goes. Nope. Why is it doing that? Well, that's interesting. There it goes. Why did it do that? That was interesting. Look at that! Oh, ho, ho. I not only want that chick arrested, I want this person came in and tried to stop the cop from grabbing her. Right there. That person right there who's grabbing the officer. I want that person arrested. I am tired of this. This is another one I'm going to shit on Trump about. Yes, I am pissed. Where are the arrests? Every one of these goddamn people. This fat cow right here who ran over and laid hands on this officer. The person this officer's got in the background. Arrested. I want actual prosecutions. I don't want this person back on the street in a couple hours or a day. I want in jail at least a month. Done with this shit. This chubbo here should be arrested. Jumbo, do not touch police officers, let alone federal agents. She does. She came in. And right here, she's laying hands on him. I think we need to arm our agents with harpoon guns. Time to start going the age-old, let's go back to whaling. Maybe whaling needs to happen again. But I'm going to bet there's a good chance that chick isn't even supposed to be here legally anyway. Hopefully she's on a bus home. But yeah, don't do this. This is stupid. You are going to get hurt, lefties. Sooner or later, maybe Trump is going to wake the fuck up, drink his vitamin C and his man-up juice, and get back to it and say, that's it. Hammer down, jail these people. Hammer down. Let's do the Insurrection Act. We got people getting hurt. The one good thing is they are going to launch God knows if it's a good thing, but they're going to launch an actual investigation into what the police were doing and what the hell happened in Berkeley with the attacks on the TPUSA people. But we'll see if investigation does anything. But I'm not going to lie, as a MAGA person, I am not happy with how some of this shit is going. If Trump doesn't get back to form, the midterms are absolutely Gandhi. He needs to get back to form, guys. That's all there is to it. I don't know what's going on with him. He needs to correct himself. It's not looking very good at the moment for the midterms. But yeah, I do have to get out of here, guys. In fact, that was my appointment right there. So I have to go. Apologies that this was a disjointed stream. I will try to get back in and edit out that first 9 minutes, or maybe I'll see if I can leave it. We'll see. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Please hit thumbs up. Please leave comments if you're watching this later. And if you have anything you'd like me to discuss, like Jay Watterson does, and sends me links. He sends me stuff on the studio and messages. And he also emails me at lionsdenws6@gmail.com. Links to my other social media, including X, is in the link to the video. And I will talk to you later. Sorry, but I do have to go. All right. And hopefully nothing else goes weird on the YouTube side, because Rumble works fine. Weird, guys. All right. Talk to you later. Have a good one. Thank you very much. Stay safe.